The Psychology of Money is a book written by Morgan Housel. It is one of the best books I've ever read, and it has somehow changed my attitude towards money. That is why I want to share with you 5 most important lessons from it. But before that, the reason why this book is outstanding from all other financial books I've read is that it deals with our attitude towards money, hence the name Psychology of Money. So with that being said, let's check out the great lessons we can learn from this book. Everyone has a different experience with money. As I discovered this in the book, I realized that it was very true, because every one of our experience with money is based on where we were raised from, the country we lived, and the work we do. This forms our mindset about making money and accumulating money, which I will talk about later in this video. The book also argues that our dominant relationship is based on our upbringing, the family we lived in, the economic situation of the country. It is absolutely true, because when we tell our parents about making money online, it will seem to them like it is something impossible or something we cannot do. Our attitude towards money is different based on our locations. The most important thing to know is that in order to be successful, you don't need a particular formula. Our parents were super rich, and this generation can also be super rich. In fact, some are very, very rich. There is no steps to follow. You see, not every investor and those who are rich had everything right. Everyone does mistakes once in a lifetime, but that bad decisions cannot define your whole life. To support this, Morgan brought a story about Walt Disney, who started producing expensive cartoons but couldn't make it until one of their cartoons made it, and that was The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. To be rich, you don't need a particular formula, just prepare your mind and you will make it. People believe that wealth will make them popular. Everyone wants to be wealthy in order to gain social status in their various locations. People always assume that when others see them driving a nice car, they really admire them. On the other hand, that is not the case. We tend to admire the object rather than the person. I quite remember the first time I traveled to the city. I would normally wake up in the morning after the breakfast to go and stand at a particular traffic station just to watch beautiful cars moving. In this case, I am not admiring the owner of the car, but I just imagine myself in that smooth Lamborghini. Yes, people tend to buy expensive cars and mansions thinking they will be lapped for doing so, but people rather fancy the house, thinking how cool it would have been if they owned the house. So buying a nice car, clothing, and other flashy stuff to gain respect and recognition is just draining your coffers. The only thing you need is respect and admiration, and these things can't be bought with money, but can be gained through rightful attitude. You don't need a particular reason to save money. On this channel, we've talked more about saving money and its importance. The book sheds more light on it, saying we don't need a reason to save money. We mostly attach saving to a specific goals, like saving for retirement, saving for a new house or car, and other purposes. But according to Psychology of Money, saving money in itself should be the aim. The reason is that you don't know what is going to happen in life. 2020 is a great way to say that things that has never happened always. Because of the pandemic, every work was closed. People lost their job and other source of income. In order to avoid such catastrophe, you need to save. You may misunderstand this with emergency fund. Okay, let me explain. Emergency fund is to save you in immediate danger, but saving for saving's sake is because things that you don't think of can happen always. There are a lot of unfortunate things that can happen to you and most people around you. So saving is a great way to protect yourself from the emergencies out of this world. Saving for a specific thing is a great way in a predictable world, but ours isn't a predictable world. But saving for your goal is a great way and can help you save more. Do you want to know how to save more money? Then check in the description box where I have a video which talks about how to save more money in a very simple way. Compounding. This is of the saying that a little drop of water makes the mighty ocean. Compounding is just keeping your shares or money for a very long time without touching it. It doesn't refer to making or managing money alone, but can be applied to every sphere of life. Let us say you want to become a great footballer. You need to exercise and play football each and every day in order to improve on your skills and your talent. I read somewhere that if you perform a specific task for 3 hours in a day, you will be genius in that thing in 9 years. If you want to learn a new language, you need to practice it every day. According to Housel, compounding means saving money and making it a habit and saving daily for a very long period of time. An important element to help you accumulate more money is to save and do so for a very long period of time, resisting the temptation to withdraw and squash it. He also talked about not spending money on things you like or things that will make you look rich, but spend wisely on things you really need. An interesting example he brought to support his point was that of Warren Buffett, who started investing at the age of 10 and gradually made it to be part of the billionaires at the age of 56 and now worth more than 128 billion, all because of the power of compounding. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. After I discovered this, I had a flashback on how lottery winners spend their money. Getting wealthy is an easy task, but staying wealthy is never easy. Getting money is a simple because when you give your asset time to compound and take up risk, you will soon get money. But staying wealthy requires humility and discipline. So try to focus on capital gains rather than big returns. As I talked about lottery winners, over 70% become poor and even poorer again after a huge win. This is because they lack discipline in controlling their money. Staying wealthy is very difficult because it requires frugality, fearfulness, and pessimism. But the fact is, you need to educate yourself financially. The school will not do it for you, so you need to educate yourself. That is having financial literacy. But when you are an investing genius and don't have a needful attitude or the rightful attitude, you will soon be poor. Develop self-discipline and good money habit so that you'll be able to accumulate money and keep money for a very long time. Thank you for watching our videos. Kindly subscribe if you are new or if you find value in this video. This is World Creation. Au revoir, mes amis.